In this video today, I'm going to reveal the actual profits behind a 7-figure dropshipping business. And you're going to be shocked how little money is actually left in my pocket after cutting out all of the expenses. Because what you see a lot here on YouTube is we made $100,000 this month of dropshipping. Yay. And then you see the product costs only were $30,000 and the ads only were $20,000. And then what you think is, man, he did 50 grand. What you don't know is that he's probably only left with 6. Okay, so I just want to show the actual numbers behind it. So I have a calculation here on my screen for you that we basically do to have all of the numbers in there, and that's a month. Okay, so we have a business right now where we sell around 2,000 units a month for drop shipping. Okay, and it's a bit of a simplified calculation here for sakes of making this video, but it gets to the point. So like I say, usually what people see is, okay, sales 1,800 units, product sales, the revenue $99,000. So let's say $100,000, product costs 32. Oh, boom, that's a great business. That must make a ton of profits, and you can buy yourself some Lambos. That's not how it works, okay? So I just want to break that down. And if 1,800 sales seem like crazy to you and it's way too much, just take a 0 off. Okay, so just think about 180 sales and break that down. That's 6 sales a day to just get more reasonable numbers here. But I'll also put this next to it here with 3,000 and 6,000, so you can work with me together here on the screen and basically look at all the numbers. So I'm just gonna tell you how it actually is, because there are a lot of people that want you to take their dropshipping courses, and I just want to give you kind of the actual inside look here. So basically what we're gonna have here is we have 1,800 sales. That's about $100,000 in revenue. Product costs of that were 32,400. Okay, so that's a pretty good price for that. Then what a lot of people forget is the actual shipping. You have to pay shipping on those products, and we got a really sweet deal here, and we paid only 5,400 on shipping. We don't have a fulfillment center here, so there are no fulfillment fees in this. So we only the shipping is already there. If you ship this from a fulfillment center, you have another fee there. Okay, so don't forget that. Then also what you never see anywhere is a PayPal fee. PayPal is actually really greedy, and PayPal likes money, and PayPal takes, for us, it's about 5% of a fee. So with that, we pay about 4,950, so about 5 grand in PayPal fees, just that go off from that, okay? Then you're left with, that's what I account for product costs of $42,000. So out of your 100 grand, you have gross profits here of $56,000. And now you could say, well, great, 50 grand, that's what I thought what it's going to be. But you haven't seen the rest of all of this stuff yet, okay? So I'm going to show you the next step. The next step is refunds. So we account for about a 3% refund rate. That's high. Okay, so we make these calculations based on a little bit of negative source. 3% is high. You should never have 3% refund rate, okay? And I know a lot of people have 10% or so, and that is crazy. Then there's refunds, and then there's chargebacks. Chargebacks is basically, or the difference is that a refund comes in when someone messages you and say, hey, my product was damaged, and then you send them a refund. Or they say, hey, my product didn't arrive, or I want my money back, you send them the money back. Chargebacks comes from people who don't ask, but they just take it back. Okay, so they just go into PayPal and they say, I didn't get my product, send me my money back, and then they get their money back. That's how it basically works. So that's what you account for on here. Ad spend. We have a killer ad. This ad is amazing. We have a 10x return on ad spend, which is completely nuts. So we spend 10 grand in ads and we make $100,000 back. Crazy. But you will see that if you don't have numbers that crazy, it's hard to make any profit at all, okay? Because also the very next thing that people a lot of times forget is taxes. Sometimes you need to pay taxes, right? And no one ever speaks about taxes on YouTube somehow. We're selling this in Germany. In Germany, we have 19% sales tax. So out of that 99 grand, that makes $18,800. France has 21%. You guys in the US, you are lucky bastards with your 7% or whatever that is for your states. If you sell things in Europe like that, you need to account for that. So if you sell a product for $50, $10 already go off just for taxes, right? That's something you need to know here. So now the total sales costs actually come on, all just alone these sales costs come at about $33,000. That goes off your gross profits. And by the way, it all sounds horrible here, and it's a horrible business. We do well. Don't get me wrong. There are ways to make this well, and this is just based on one product. There are upsells to it. There's repeat business. There are, it's still great. Don't get me wrong here, and don't get all scared and say, oh, dropshipping is a scam. Like, it's still, we do it for a reason, right? So, but you have, out of these 56 grand that you did, you have $33,000 that go off there. And like I say, if those numbers seem very crazy, just take a zero off, okay? Then what comes in here, and there's also something people barely speak about, is software fees. You have to pay we pay ClickFunnels, we pay any kind, there are so many different tools and software that you need, email tools, domain hosting, and that adds up. So for us, it's about $400, and then we have $500, which is a bit of other stuff. There's some consultation that you do, there's some things that we don't know, some things that we, someone codes us, something, whatever, $500 miscellaneous costs here. We have $500 in customer support and $500 in accounting. Obviously, when you're just starting out, you will not have these things because you do a lot of this stuff yourself. You do your own support and you do all of that kind of thing. So other costs, we have a tiny $1,900 here. Obviously, that doesn't make a big dent, but the more you sell, that goes up. So if you look on the right side here, those costs increase slightly. Accounting, customer support, all of that increases with the amount of sales that you do, right? So let's go back to our column here. So now the total business income is 21%. So you make 100 grand and you have 20 grand that you can pay out, and you're like, God, now I can pay out 20 grand. At least 20 grand, that's good money, right? So if you calculate that, let's say you make 10 grand, you pay out 2,000, that's still good. It's far less than the 5 grand that you saw up there, or the 50 grand that you saw in the big picture where you say, cool, 50% margin here, I'm gonna be rich and I'm gonna buy some Lambos, because that's not how it works. So let's go below that a little bit, because now, because that's a German store, German company, we have to pay German salaries. And German salaries mean a lot of taxes again, a lot of taxes, social insurance, all that kind of stuff. So let's say you did 20 grand. You say, okay, I'm going to leave 10 in, so eventually I can buy some inventory and I can send products in and increase my profit margins and all that kind of stuff. So we say we only pay a 10 grand salary. And you say, well, man, 10 grand sounds awesome. Well, look what's left of that, okay? Because this is Germany, I'm just gonna get that off here. You have $10,000 as a gross salary. Out of that $10,000, you pay $3,000 taxes. So $3,000 is just tax that goes out of that. Then we have a little bit, we call it a kind of, I don't even know how to call that, but that's a little bit of money that we pay to Germany has basically 16 little states, and we pay to the east states, the eastern states, the western states, pay still some money to the eastern states. Then you have all your insurances. I have a private insurance, but this one is just if you would pay a normal payroll. So you have all these insurances. You have healthcare insurance, meaning that that's $300 here. That just goes off already. You have an insurance. The next one is for care. So if you need to, someone needs to take care of you, that's an insurance for that. Obviously, we have a great health system. We can go to the doctor for free. That's kind of our for free because we have a big chunk of our money that goes off from that. Then we have an insurance for retirement. So most of that actually goes to the retirement insurance. And then we have an insurance for if we lose our job, because the government needs to kind of put that back in. Which leaves us a net salary of $5,600 US. So out of the 10 grand that you get, you have $5,600 left in your pocket after tax that are there. So if you break that down, basically out of the 10 grand, you have $5,600 net salary, income tax $3,000, social stuff $1,300, and the business pays again the social insurance what the employee paid. So there's one part of it that goes off the employee, and then the business has to has to match that. So you pay $1,300 that goes off your 10 grand. And then the business has to throw in another $1,300 that goes on top of that to pay for the social insurances, so that that's how the whole system, that's how economy works, right? So the total payroll for the business is 11 grand. Okay, let's deduct that from, and that's no bonus payment, nothing. Okay, so let's deduct that. So we're looking at a total of $99,000 income, a total of $89,000 costs. So we just did $9,000 profits. You'd think it'd end there, but then you also have to pay a corporate tax, right? So the corporate tax, that's paid on the profits. In Germany, that's 25%. So 25%, then you have to hold back that, go off from that 2,000. So in the end of the day, you're left with a net profit in the business account of $7,000. That $7,000 you save up and you buy inventory from so that you can actually grow a business out of this. Welcome to the real world of dropshipping. You see all of those numbers in here? When you see other YouTubers that post about it, you see 3 numbers or 4 numbers. This is the revenue, our product costs and our ad costs. Like there's a little bit more to that. So I hope this was an eye-opener to you. There's some more, if you sell more, it's a great business. It's great to start out. You can definitely make money of it. I'm complaining about a 10 grand salary here. Okay, so it's a complaint on a very high level. And if you want to have a side income of $1,000, look, that's you don't need to sell that much, right? But then it becomes fun, because if we can sell 1,800, we can easily sell 3,000 or 6,000 units a month. At 3,000 units a month, the whole numbers change, right? So at 6,000 sales, we're looking at $300,000 revenue, and in the end of the day, we pay ourselves a $20,000 salary. And if you scroll all the way down here, we have profit pre-tax $50,000. We have corporate tax, whole blah blah blah. So we look at a $40,000 net profit in the bank after paying yourself a $20,000 salary. Okay, that's great. But you need to get to about 300 sales a day on all of those numbers that we did here. So I hope you liked videos like that. If you did like it, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let me know in the comments. What did you expect? How much of that 100,000 in the first moment you saw it, like boom, $100,000? How much initially? Like, what was your very first thought? How much would you have left in the end of the day? Let me know. I'm very interested in what you have thought in the beginning. Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you. Wait, before you go, I have a web class just below, and you can learn how we set this up and how we actually get to those crazy sales numbers so that you can pay out some money. Make sure to check that out right after this video. I forgot that because it kind of changed my life. I want this to change your life. Make sure to check it out, and I catch you in that class in just a couple of minutes. Cheers.